Hello friends, welcome to Insightsias initiative. In this video, we are going to discuss about weekly current issues, week number 40. In case the last 39 weeks you couldn't follow the weekly current issues, please find those videos in the playlist named as weekly issues. Okay. In this particular video, we are going to cover about these 6 topics. It starts with Article 39B, polity related, the nomination in election, polity, Paro Statement related to tigers population and environment, alternative wetting and drying methods, it is also related to environment, ethylene oxide, it is related to food adulteration, and pink hydrogen, it is related to energy thing. So these 6 topics we are going to cover in this particular video. So without any delay, first we'll see the topic number 1. The topic number 1 is related to Article 39B. You all know that students, Article 39B, which included in the DPSP, and Article 39B says that the material resources belong to the community should be distributed in the greater cause. Okay, that means any resources belong to the community, they should be used for the community only. But here the question is whether the community resources definition, it includes both public as well as the private property or not. That is the thing here. Okay, regarding this, Maharashtra government, they are seeking the expertise opinion from the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court formed 9-judge bench to consider whether Article 39B includes the distribution of material resources of the community, that includes both the private property as well along with the public property. It will check. Regarding this, previously various Supreme Court judgments and some High Court judgments were also there for reference. In the judgment of State of Karnataka versus Sri Ranganath Reddy 1977, majority opinion of the Supreme Court, they excluded the private property from this category. That means from the community assets or community resources, private property will be excluded. That is this judgment. Later, in the next judgment 1996, Mafathalal Industries versus Union of India, in this case, Supreme Court took the broader interpretation of the word material resources, and it included the private properties also along with the public properties. And this was contested by the private owners, and they are claiming that this is against the Article 14, which is about the right to equality. So now let's see what the Supreme Court interpretation will be. This is topic number 1, and you should remember that Article 39B and Article 39C, these 2 articles are very, very important. While the government is implementing the Article 39B and Article 39C, even they can violate Article 14 and Article 19 as well. Okay, this was saying under Article 31C. Okay, you should all know that. Now tell me students, what is this Article 39C is all about? Okay, what is Article 39C is all about? Next, topic number 2. This topic number 2 is about regarding the unanimous elections in Surat. In Surat, the BJP contestant, he declared as a winner because the opponents, the independent opponents and opponents from the smaller parties, they were withdrawn from the contest, and the Congress party candidate, his candidature became invalid. Okay, on what grounds his nomination became invalid, we will discuss. Actually, in Lok Sabha election, the candidate, while submitting the nomination, he can submit up to maximum of 4 nomination sets along with proposer signature. If he is contesting from national party or state party, that means recognized party, each nomination set should include 1 signature of the proposer. If he is contesting from unrecognized party, then the nomination paper should consist of at least 10 proposer signature. Here the catch is, the person who is contesting in the Lok Sabha, he need not to belong to their constituency, that you have to remember. But those proposers who are proposing his candidature, those proposers must belong to that constituency. That is very, very important. Recently, Surat Lok Sabha constituency, the BJP contestant, okay, he was declared as a winning candidate because the other candidates, they withdrawn, and the candidate, this Congress candidate's nomination papers rejected on the grounds the discrepancy in the signature of the proposers. And Congress is alleging that there is a coercion, there is a force used on the proposers belong to this candidate, Congress candidate. So they are complaining to the Election Commission of India. But here you have to remember, in this kind of cases, complaint must be filed only with the High Court. High Court is the competent authority to deal with these kind of situations. According to which article? Okay, according to Article 329B. According to Article 329B, only High Court deal these kind of cases. Then, regarding elections, there are two laws, Representation of People Act 1950 and 1951. This particular case will be dealt by Representation of People Act 1951. Here, section 33 of the RPA Act, it is saying that the requirements required for the valid nominations, including the number of proposers from the respective constituencies. Whereas, returning officer can reject the nomination in case if there is a discrepancy in the signature. That is according to section 36. And according to section 33, there are one proposer's signature is required for every one nomination set if he is contesting from the recognized party. Otherwise, 10 signatures are required on each nomination set, and these signatures must be unique, okay, on each and every nomination set. Maximum 4 nomination sets can be filed by the candidate. And overall, so far 35 candidates in Lok Sabha history, they were unopposed. Most of these candidates who elected unopposedly, most of them they were elected in the first 2 tenures of the Lok Sabha, first 2 Lok Sabhas. Congress can approach to the High Court. Actually, High Court should process these kind of cases within 6 months, but unfortunately there are much delays are happening in the High Court regarding these nomination related cases. Third topic is regarding the tigers. Now we are going to discuss about the topic. The topic is regarding the funding related to tiger conservation, and this meeting happened in Bhutan. And you know that India is one of the country which is having the largest amount of the tigers. And you all know that Madhya Pradesh is boasting highest number of tigers, whereas in terms of the tiger reserves, Jim Corbett and Bandipur, Nagarhole, Bandhavgarh and Dudhwa, these are chronology in the descending order in terms of the highest number of tigers. And you know that regarding the tigers and a close relative to tiger, that is leopard, both the tiger and leopard significantly present in India, whereas cheetah previously they used to be present in India, but they became extinct. Because of that, we introduced cheetah recently from various countries of the Africa. Tell me guys, which country in Africa is popularly known as cheetah capital of the world? Okay, cheetah capital of the world, which country is popularly known as? Here the Paro Statement. This statement was declared in Bhutan, and this statement is related to Sustainable Finance for Tiger Landscape Conference. Okay, that means wherever the tigers are present, we have to conserve those habitat. To conserve those habitat, we require certain funding. Regarding that funding, this declaration is related to. And how much funding they announced? They announced that around 1 billion funding will be mobilized for the next 1 decade to conserve tigers and tiger habitat. Here we have to know that tiger ranging countries, they are Bangladesh, Bhutan, Cambodia, China and India and respective countries. These are the tiger ranging countries. And this tiger conservation coalition, it deals with the wildlife crime related to tigers, human wildlife coexistence, and the policy developments related to tigers, and the protection of tiger habitat, and all these things will be covered. And the partnership and the partners in this program are IUCN, Environmental Investigation Agency, Traffic, United Nations Development Program, the Wildlife Conservation Society, Worldwide Fund for Nature, Geological Society of London. These are the partnership organizations. And the next topic number 4. This is related to a particular type of agriculture, and this technique is very popularly being used in Vietnam. Okay, this technique is related to paddy, that means rice cultivation. You know, in the rice cultivation we use the flood irrigation. Flood irrigation means we use a lot of water in this crop cultivation, and majority of the times the crop will be at certain level, up to certain level the crop always covers with the water. Because of this, what will happen? Because of this, the anaerobic respiration will encourage in the plant. In a plant, when anaerobic respiration is encouraged, obviously lot of methane gas will be released. Because of that, global warming is also happening. To reduce the methane gas emissions, they are reducing the usage of water. For that, they invented a new technique that is known as alternative wetting and drying. That means certain area of that agriculture field will be in dry condition and the other will be with the wet condition. In this way, they periodically will use a dry and wet technique. Because of that, the usage of water will be reduced and the amount of methane production also will be reduced, so that greenhouse effect also will be reduced. So this is the idea. This is about the Vietnam, and you all know that Vietnam present in ASEAN, and Vietnam capital is Hanoi. Vietnam, where the rice cultivation is contributing significantly to the greenhouse gas emissions. Some farmers in Vietnam, they are embracing new innovative techniques to mitigate the methane production. Traditionally, rice paddies, they emit substantial amount of the methane because of the anaerobic conditions created by the flooding. However, farmers, by adopting to this alternative wet dry technique, they would like to save water and they would like to reduce the methane production as well. This particular thing involve alternative periods of flooding and drying, so that they allow the soil to partially dry out between the irrigation cycle. Okay, that means this will be one irrigation cycle, then this will be the dry cycle, and there will be another irrigation cycle. This is about the alternative wetting and drying. This significantly reduces the water usage in rice paddies, so that it will decrease the methane emissions, and this intermittent drying and wetting, it also reduces the anaerobic conditions of the plant. Next one, this is regarding some of the spices produced in India. Recently, governments such as Singapore and Hong Kong, they raised certain concerns that spices products which are coming from India, they are containing products which are related to cancer causing agents. Because of that, recently Government of India ordered food commissioners to collect the samples from various spices from all the manufacturing units in the country. So this compound they are talking about, this is about ethylene oxide. It is classified as group 1 carcinogen, and any substance which causes cancer is known as carcinogen. Okay, and this is classified by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. This particular organization classified that as a carcinogen. Ethylene oxide is banned in India for usage in food items. Generally, it is used as a sterilizing agent and insecticide. Okay, and it poses a lot of health risk, both immediate health risk as well as the long-term health risk. Long-term health risks are mainly related to cancer. Next topic is, based on the source of hydrogen, we have different hydrogens. For example, green hydrogen, if you use the solar energy to break down the hydrogen and to produce the hydrogen, that is known as green hydrogen. If the source is the steam, that is known as natural gas, gray hydrogen. And steam along with the by using natural gas, whatever the carbon emissions are produced, if you capture them, that process, whatever the hydrogen you produce, that is known as blue hydrogen. Then pink hydrogen means hydrogen which is produced by the nuclear energy. That means nuclear energy will be used in the electrolysis of water. In that process, hydrogen will be produced. This is about the pink hydrogen. The International Atomic Energy is also encouraging the pink hydrogen, that we have to remember here. And Government of India is also exploring various options regarding the production of pink hydrogen. So for that, Government of India is considering to amend the Atomic Energy Act 1962. This Atomic Energy Act is allowing, after the amendment, it allows private investment in the area of nuclear sector, so that nuclear capacity can be boosted and it promotes the clean energy, particularly hydrogen. At the moment, this Atomic Energy Act, it is restricting the private companies' ownership of nuclear plant. Once this is amended, this Nuclear Energy Act, this Atomic Energy Act is amended, then private companies can participate in certain activities, such as they can finance the nuclear plant, they can involve in the operation of the nuclear plant, and they can also involve in the project development of the nuclear plant. So the production of pink hydrogen, which is generated through the electrolysis powered by nuclear energy. Regarding the role of nuclear power, the international agency which regulates the nuclear energy, that is IAEA, is also developed hydrogen economic evaluation program to support the development of pink hydrogen project worldwide. That means this particular idea is getting momentum across worldwide as well. Now let's see yesterday's video question. Consider the following statement about 1951 Refugee Convention. The first one, the core principle of the 1951 Refugee Convention is that a refugee should not be returned to a country where they face serious threat to their life. Yes, this is right. They should not be returned. The UN Human Rights Council serve as a guardian of the 1951 Convention. No, not related to Human Rights Council. India is a signatory to the 1951 Convention as well as the 67 Protocol. No. So these two statements are wrong. So the answer must be only one. Answer is A. Only one statement is right. Now let's see Today's video questions. Question number 1. Consider the following statement. The World Craft City Initiative was launched in 2014 by UNESCO. Recently, UNESCO has identified Srinagar as a potential candidate for the prestigious World Craft City designation from India. Consider these two statements and pick the right one. Next question. State of World Population 2024 report is published by. Who published this report? Next question. This will be the last question. Global Forest Watch is an initiative of, okay, which organization initiated this Global Forest Watch? Now, as we reach to the end of this video, the revision is, in this particular video, that is Weekly Current Affairs week number 40, we discussed about all these particular issues, and this is about the detailed analysis of the weekly current issues. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Jai Hind.